Hi everyone, welcome to Golden Eagle IAS. Okay, in this video we will be seeing UPSC Booklist and what to study, how to study, where to study, because most of the aspirants are asking the questions like sir, what is the book list for UPSC? It was available in most of the websites, but students got confused because the source was very big, and many institute going aspirants also getting these questions. Is it necessary to study all these books, or just to follow the institute materials? Okay, these are all the kind of questions. Then the personal type of questions like why I am always negative, why I am a failure, why I couldn't get the job. I believed in the UPSC and the government exams and I quit my jobs, but I didn't get the job past 2 years or 3 years. I am full of negative energy. These kind of questions are repetitively asked by the questions, and many aspirants are choosing optional. The question was very big. How to choose the optional? Or because I chose a wrong optional, I lost my mains chance. These kind of questions are often you guys are heard, or you also yourself have this doubt. Okay. Then there are some things about note taking, the newspaper reading, then current affairs notes making, then what is the difference between the preparation of prelims, mains and interview, because each level requires different methodology of the preparation. Okay, so in this video one by one I'll try to cover everything. After the video you won't have any doubts. If you still have the doubts, you can comment your doubt. I'll reply about that. Okay, first of all, we always go with polity, because why I am going with polity now? Before you are thinking about mains or interview, okay, you should know about the entry ticket. The entry ticket was given by preliminary examination. Okay, from preliminary, suppose 1000 UPSC posts are allocated this year now, they will be choosing just 1:5 or 1:3, that kind of only. Suppose maximum 5000 aspirants only they will take it for mains. So if 10 lakh people apply, also only very marginal people are choosing for mains, interview and all. Okay, so what is the purpose of studying prelims differently? What is the purpose of studying mains differently? Sir, I heard many seniors or institutes are saying study the integrated approach. Integrated approach means I have to study prelims and the mains simultaneously. Okay, this is the best approach, the simultaneous approach. Okay, but during those simultaneous approach you should remember what is the difference. Okay, how to remember key points for prelims, and how to remember the theory part for mains. Okay, that is the key. You won't study just blindfoldedly. You have to think before you study. First of all, think yourself. Okay, why UPSC ask these kind of questions? What is the trend of UPSC? Those questions you have to ask yourself. So for that I'll just cover basic book list, then in between I'll give you some pointers. Okay, for polity, Lakshmikant is like a Bible. Okay, you should study Lakshmikant. You should. If you read it more than 5 times, okay, more than 5 times, just okay, if you read it more than 5 times, then you can take notes. Okay, how to take notes? I'll show you my notes. In those notes you should not just copy paste or write everything about Lakshmikant. Okay, it should be a short, decisive, then the test series, then mains questions, current affairs, everything has to be included in your notes. That is the holistic notes. Okay, then current affairs is like which current affair shall I make my own notes? Believe me, you can't make your own notes in first attempt or second attempt like reputed institutes. Okay, that is a headache, time waste, then not worth it. Okay, so follow insights or RAWs. If you are preferably taking vision, you can take vision also, but I'll tell you what is the pros cons of RAWs and vision and insights. If you take insights, they will be providing daily current affairs. Okay, those daily current affairs, most of them around 80% will be covered in monthly current affairs. Okay, so if you are following daily the current affairs of insights, covering monthly and yearly compilations will be a piece of cake for you if you take insights. Okay, suppose if you are not taking insights, initially I preferred insights, but nowadays I prefer RAWs. I'm telling you why. Because insights, comparing to RAWs, it is lacking in mains content. Okay, if you take RAWs, the analysis was very much in a high level. Okay, if you just study those analysis, you can easily write the related mains question. Whatever the question UPSC may ask, you can write it. So I'm not pricing RAWs or I'm not marketing RAWs. Here I'm just saying mains part was really good in RAWs, but prelims part you have to go to insights. Okay, I'm not saying you have to refer both, each having its own merits and demerits. If you take vision, the greatest merit of vision was it is short and sweet. More than 70 to 80 pages only it will be there. Okay, if you take insights, it will also 150 pages, RAWs also around 150 pages. So just monthly compilation I'm saying, just studying 2 months of vision is equal to RAWs and insights. So I'm not saying vision are lefting out those things, vision is covering that, but if you study daily newspaper, those 70 to 80 pages is sufficient. Okay, but if just read all the magazine for a particular month, if you have some fond over those particular institute, okay, a particular way of the making notes, just to follow that, you should to follow like that, because you can't blindfoldedly whatever I am saying or your seniors saying or your institutes giving, you should not follow, because each and every aspirant have their own mentality, capacity and understanding. Okay, some people will understand insights, some people will understand RAW, some people just understand newspaper itself, some people they prefer their own notes. Okay, I usually prefer my own notes, but I refer usually RAWs or insights based on the content I am required. Okay, because if you are more than 2 to 3 attempts or 4 attempts, you can make your own notes. But first of all, you should remember the difference between making notes and copying notes. Okay, you should not copy. That is a wrong way of taking notes. Then economy. If you take economy, I am planning to provide entire economy course in my YouTube channel at free of cost. You can follow our videos, but I can't guarantee like within a week or within a month. I'll be providing videos every week. You can follow that, or else just study NCERT and Nitin Singhania. That is sufficient. Some people will say Ramesh Singh also. Ramesh Singh also a good book, but it is a very very big book. Okay, but Nitin Singhania was kind of bullseye. Okay, they gave using the PYQ analysis, and the questions and content was formed based on the PYQs. Okay, Ramesh Singh was, it is like a mains oriented or the understanding oriented. Okay, if you don't understand some concept, just you can Google it, or if you read Ramesh Singh, you can refer Ramesh Singh. But Nitin Singhania was more exam perspective, so I preferred Nitin Singhania. I recommend you guys Nitin Singhania over Ramesh Singh. Okay, then that is not sufficient for writing prelims and mains also, because economy is a dynamic concept, so it is entirely based on current affairs, economic survey and budget. Okay, if you take 2021 2022 questions, there is a too much of dynamics in economy. Okay, 1 year they are focused on agri, other year they focused on international trade related data. Trade related data means what I'm saying na, it is like India having highest trade volume with which country. or India have the largest crude oil export or import from which country, what is the current account deficit, then what about you have to remember agriculture terms, suppose India is which position in wheat export or milk export or basmati rice export. Those things you have to remember. Those things I'll cover in my videos while teaching about economic survey and budget. And basic part I'll go by step. First GDP, then agri, everything, poverty, everything I'll cover. Okay, so that is sufficient for economy, polity, and economy. These two are like two pillars of UPSC. If you study polity, you can attempt in prelims averagely 15 questions, economy around 15 to 20 questions, because I'm including economic survey and budget. So if you study 15 question, here 50 to 20 question. Okay, first I'll cover the book list, then I'll give you pointers about how to crack prelims or what to study for prelims. Mains I'll give you separate video. I'll give book list here, but the separate video for mains I'll be providing after preliminary 2023. Okay, because now if I give mains video also, it is not useful for you, because the 6 months is required for freshers or one whomsoever. If you are experienced aspirants also, you need at least 4 months. So the 6 months you guys should follow the preliminary focus. Don't give mains and main test series optional and all. You can go optional classes, but don't do GS, essay and all after January 1. Okay, you can do whatever for this next 10 days, but after January 1 holistically study for prelims, because prelims is not a easy target. It may be entry ticket. Okay, it may be entry ticket, but the getting ticket was very hard for everyone, even me. Okay, so then history. If you take history, I'm planning to start history today or tomorrow. I'll be giving you everything: modern, ancient, medieval, art and culture, post independence, world history, everything I'm going to provide in my channel. It will be like every video will be 1.5 to 2 hours. The content will be not only from NCERT, standard books, institute notes, also other sources from history optional also. I'll be taking notes, because nowadays history questions are more difficult, but if you know the content, you can easily answer. Okay, so history I am going to focus more. Then if you take modern history, one time reading of NCERT is a must, because you don't know what happened. You may, if you attend some classes, okay, you don't have to read the NCERT. But if you are a fresher, or if you didn't listen the class properly, or you didn't understand in the class, just read the NCERT. That is must for fresher. Okay, NCERT means you can read like just school books, new NCERT or old NCERT, that is sufficient. If you are from Tamil Nadu standard SCERT books are really good, you can read that. Okay, usually UPSC aspirants also prefer SCERT only, Tamil Nadu SCERT. That was really good, because the way of compilation and giving pointers, it was really done in a holistic manner in Tamil Nadu books. Okay, then spectrum, that is a must. You have to read at least 3 times. After that, make your own notes. Okay, that is sufficient. Don't read 10-20 times in spectrum, because it was a very big book and have more data. You can't remember everything. Okay, because we are humans and UPSC is like a monster. Okay, a human have to fight a monster. He has to think like a monster, act like a monster, and he has to think intelligently. Okay, how the monster will act, how the monster will attack, you have to think like that. So you have to make your own notes like that. Okay, how the UPSC is going to attack this year, how the UPSC is going to cover, which topic they are going to focus this year, or which topic usually they focus, which topics it is not required. Okay, suppose the monster is vulnerable for melee attacks, but if you are good with hand in hand, that is not going to help. So you have to remember what is the weakness of UPSC and what is the strength of yourself. Okay, if you are strong in some subjects, why I am giving monster and human example now, Not all people are good in history. Not all people. Some people think economy is like a tablet. Okay, so people don't like economy. Some people are very good in polity. If you wake them up in a dream and ask them some question, they will muggedly give all the articles. Like what is the article for CAG? They will say article 148. What is for Supreme Court? What is for High Court? They will say everything. Some people are like that in polity, but they don't have a thing about economy. So what they will do? They should not focus 3 months for economy for next 6 months. They should focus on polity, and whichever the all the subjects they are for strong, then come for economy, because in 50-20 question, by basic reading and basic knowledge you can answer more than 5 to 8 question. So it is just like cost benefit analysis. What is the cost I'm paying, how many hours, how many months I'm paying for that subject, and what is the fruit I'm getting from that. You have to think like that. Okay, then I already told you spectrum is sufficient for modern history, ancient and medieval. If you are good with English reading, or if you have time, read NCRTs, or else don't read them. Just buy a short notes of reputed institute from the market, or you can download it from many websites. Okay, or Telegram channels. Everything was available nowadays because of digital revolution. So you can download PDF also. If you are studying in PDF, don't study in mobile phone. It will hurt your eyes. Buy a laptop or tablet. Okay, that is a must for a UPSC aspirant. That's my recommendation. Okay, because in laptop or tablet you can mark it up. So for next reading you just have to read the highlighted content. So for ancient and medieval, buy a short notes, and what's the next important thing? You have to analyze the PYQs for medieval and ancient, because recent trend was usually they are asking, wow, we don't know where they are asking. They will be asking the terminology, like a Buddhist book name, or Buddhist monk name, or Jain monk name, or some institutions. Suppose what is the like spy system during Ibrahim Lodi, or Muhammad bin Tughlaq. What is those kind of terminologies they are asking? They are not going to ask why Muhammad bin Tughlaq, or why Muhammad bin Tughlaq changed his capital from Delhi to the where. Like those questions they won't ask. Okay, the questions are asking in a different manner. You have to remember those things. How to remember? Just solve more practice question from reputed institutes. Okay, the test series. If you are not able to buy those things, you can download PYQs or previous year test series for free of cost in internet itself. I think so, you guys know. In Telegram also it was there. So whatever resources, you can get it free in online. So you can't blame yourself or your parents for economically poor, or those things you can't blame them. Okay, it is entirely upon yourself. What you can do, or what your time you are doing, that is the that matters here. Here it is not the opportunity is misgiven. Okay, you have to remember that in your mind. Then you can just follow our videos. I'll cover everything. Okay, for additional note taking, you can download the material from reputed institute. Just make notes from our videos, that's sufficient. For post independence, make your own notes using previous year question. Don't buy book, or don't study a particular book, because the cost benefit analysis for post independence was very less. Just by making important topic notes, you can attend more than 70% of the question. Okay, you have to remember. Then society, I'll be providing entire video. I already started in Tamil for TNPSC exams. I'm planning to start for UPSC also. In UPSC I'll cover more for society. Okay, everything from but here you have to more focus on women, children, vulnerable section like SC/ST, PVTG, Safai Karmacharis. Then the important, always there will be a question in this 4 topic. Acts, what is acts? Like suppose maternity benefit act, or POXO, those kind of recent national education policy 2020, huge controversy in southern states. Those kind of question you can always expect. Then regionalism, communalism, religious fundamentalism, those are all burning issues of India. Okay, so as an administrator you should know what to do for these questions the important burning topics. It is not like state PSC exams. They are not going to ask the definition of regionalism or communalism. They are going to give you scenario, and they will be, suppose if you take women, the questions can be asked about gender stereotyping. They will be asking what is gender stereotyping and how it affects the Indian women in our society. Comment. They can ask like that. So just by knowing what is gender stereotyping, you can't answer this question. Okay, you should know what is gender stereotyping. Okay, what is the implication of gender stereotyping and in the Indian society as well as on Indian women. Also, why this implication was happening, why the gender stereotyping was prevalent in India comparing to developed Western countries. You should remember those things. That is also not sufficient. Okay, then you have to give solution, the way forward. In that way forward, before giving way forward, you can't directly blame government. You should remember what are all the schemes government introduced for removing gender stereotyping, what are the schemes they are providing for empowerment of women. You should remember those schemes, and you should connect those schemes with the particular question. Then you have to give the way forward. What way forward for can you given for gender stereotyping? Just think normally. I have to improve the educational system. Then patriarchy has to be removed from its core. How it should be removed from the core? That is also like from awareness creation, more women empowerment, entrepreneurship for women's. Those things you have to give in a way forward. That is the way of answering mains question. Okay, you should not just mug it up and go and vomit there. Okay, you have to take whatever you want or whatever is important or whatever going to asked in the exam, you have to take. Okay, you have to eat it, then digest it. Okay, then think it, then create your own answer. Then only you can identify yourself separately from others. Okay, because writing among 1000 or 10,000 or 1 lakh students, how you separate yourself, how your answer was more unique, relevant to question, and having content is going to fetch you mark. Even half mark plays key role in getting postings in UPSC. Okay, because it is like a flip. If you get post, your life was going up. If you not get post, you are going to again run. Life is a race. You have to again go to prelims, mains, and interview. It's a hectic process. I'm not saying it is not a hectic process or it's a easy process. It is not a easy process, that's truth, but it's a simple process. Being simple is not easy. Simple means you have to understand the difficulty, then it will become simple. Okay, but achieving from simple requires consistent work and dedicated effort, which could not given by everyone. Only who want the posting or only they want to achieve in their life, they can give. Okay, so that's the key difference here. Not just studying different material or giving a test in reputed institute or studying in Delhi, that is not going to make a big difference. The difference was made by you. Okay, then if you take geography, I'll prefer PM of IAS for geography and environment. That is sufficient. But geography, for Indian geography itself, they are providing 400 pages. World geography, if you take more than 500 to 600 pages was there. Environment also 500 to 600 pages were there without current affairs. If you add current affairs, geography there is not much current affairs. Maximum you can add 30 to 50 pages. Environment you can add maximum 200 pages. So obviously it was itself 700. This is also around 1000. Total 1700 pages. Okay, plus atlas. Okay, that is more than sufficient for geography and environment. It is a holistic preparation, because geography and environment is like a husband and wife. They are going hand to hand. You can't study individually. Okay, so I prefer that, but everyone can't read that much within 6 months. Because it is a self-explanatory. You don't have to ask doubts, or you don't have to need a mentor or institute. You just read it, You will understand it because it was fully diagrammatic and easy to understand. It is poor man's IAS. I think so, from Karnataka. One guy has created this website. It was really nice. Okay. But if you already have notes or preparing that, don't take a new notes, because I'm saying just follow your own notes and give additional notes from PMFIS. That's sufficient. But if you are not good with pages, you don't want to study more than 1500 pages, just study Shankar IAS geography environment book. Geography is NCRT plus Coaching Liang. That is sufficient. Okay. For environment, class 12th, the last 4 chapters was important. Environment, I already told you, it is like current affairs based. Most of the question will from current affairs, like national park, wildlife sanctuaries, critically endangered species, or which climatic region, what kind of plants can grow. Those kind of questions will be asked in environment. They are not going to ask what is the difference between environment, ecology, or biodiversity. Those questions can be asked in mains. Okay, so you should remember the difference between prelims and mains, especially in geography and environment content. Okay, those things will cover future. Then internal security and disaster management. For internal security, I suggest you guys buy a short notes from buy a short notes from reputed institute. Okay, that's sufficient. But if you have time, or you are interested in internal security, or your optional was like PubAd, those kind of things, just read Ashok Kumar. That's more than sufficient. Okay, this is also current affairs based only, both of them. But you should have the basic knowledge about pota tata, those things. You should have the basic knowledge. What is the naxalism, what is the difference between terrorism, then how different countries have different ideologies, right? Those things you will study in world history, like French Revolution, Russian Revolution. Those things you study there. You have to link it with internal security and disaster management here. Disaster management was very very important for upcoming years because of COVID. Then you have cyclones, then you have tsunamis, then climate associated disasters. Those things are happening frequently all over the world, because India is going to take leading in G20 meet next year, because it was taking presidency from Indonesia now. So there is a lot of scope for disaster management and internal security questions in future, because internal security we are already pushing for terrorism, against state sponsored terrorism. We are against it, especially for Pakistan. Those things you have to remember. I'll talk those things about reading the particular topic. Okay, no need to waste time here. You have to make your own notes. If you want, you can study NCRT class 11 and 12. That's sufficient. Okay, then international relation. This is also I'm saying, don't study big books like push up pant book. It was really nice, but it was more than 300 to 400 pages. You can't waste time here during prelims time, because prelims they are going to ask question from current affairs, totally current affairs. There is no static part, maximum no static part for international relation in current preliminary exam. So for mains you can follow Byju's IR classes. They are providing very nice classes. Every week they are uploading a video about international relation and current issues about the different countries. So you should follow. If you are not reading any books, if you read any books, don't follow that. Just make your own notes from newspaper. I'll be talking about how to make notes in newspaper and how to read newspaper also. Okay, in free time study any institute notes. That's sufficient. Basic notes around 100 pages will be there. Like if you take Sunya IAS or a GS score, or else Rao's, anything you can take. Those short notes are really nice, helpful for preliminary, because what are all the different kind of question in preliminary they are going to ask, like different reports, then trade related, then any recent issues are going, or recent trends. Suppose now the yesterday the World Cup for football was completed, they can ask questions on sports, but it was linked to international relation. Okay, so you have to think. Okay, you can't just blindly follow everyone has their own thinking way. Okay, suppose I'm thinking in some way, maybe I'm correct in some things, but I'm not correct in everything, because human mind make a error always. You can't believe human mind. Okay, we are slaves for our own desires. Okay, so don't think and don't believe everyone. Not everyone is a god. You are the hero in your life. You should remember that. Don't follow them. That's my suggestion. If you follow others, you are going to lose your unique tendency. If you are, suppose any topper, all India rank 1, all India rank 2, suppose I am also making some videos, okay. So if you follow like taking content is different, or blindly following is different, okay. If you blindly follow them, you are going to be a shadow of the particular person, okay. Why you born in this world? You are going to be a shadow of particular person? No, you are going to make your own history, right? So make your own history by think, act, okay. Like always thinking and acting is a cool thing, so I can easily achieve it. Is not all, sometimes you can make very basic foolish mistakes, but learn from those mistakes. That's the key to improve, okay. Some quotes are there. You can't learn from the person who is always victorious, but if you can learn from the person who has more losses, okay. But just taking losses is not a good thing. What you are learning from the loss, that is the great thing, okay. That is the importance of losing in your life, or in your exam, or in your tests, okay. Then CSAT, guys, please focus more on CSAT. Nowadays CSAT is more dynamic, more aggressive, more mind, okay. So I can't say that word. It was like the questions are really tough here. You should focus more on aptitude. The questions you can't just get it from RS Agarwal. Follow institute's test series, that's sufficient. Then by newspaper reading, you can easily answer the question from comprehension, okay. Without newspaper reading you can't answer, because the comprehension is based on current issues or directly from newspaper cuttings. So if you have the command over the language of newspaper, you can easily answer the question of comprehension, okay. Just a 66.5 marks is required, okay. I'm not making you guys fear, but many aspirants many aspirants failed in CSAT and passed in GS. So don't take it as lightly. Maybe GS is a monster. He is a kid monster. So we can't be losing ourselves there. Then list of this maximum courses or book list covers preliminarily holistically. No need to study anything for prelim. But mains, it requires different sources and methodology to study. Okay, most of whatever I'm saying here covers mains more than 60 to 70 percentage, but that is not going to help you clear mains. So to clear mains you have to cover more than 90 to 95 percentage of the topics, then only you can at least write correctly for 50 to 60 percentage. I mean accurately. Remaining questions you can manage, okay. If but the horse was run, you can manage like that, but 50 to 60 percentage of question you have to correct accurately. Those things you have to study from particular sources, particular methodology. Those things I will be covering during mains exam after preliminary 2023. Then ethics, last but not the least, you have to study the basic book. There is no shortcut. Just by watching videos not going to help holistically. You have to read, you have to think. It is entirely whatever I'm always saying, think. If you are an administrator, you are a police officer, you are a common man, you are a woman, you have to think in their own shoes, okay. You have to follow the Immanuel Kant, those guys. You have to remember those theories, okay. You have to always put yourself in their shoes. Then optional, this is the major doubt, major doubt. Always this doubt was there. Even myself during my starting preparation in 2018-16, it was there, okay. It is happening to everyone because it is our life, right? It is a life-changing decision. By choosing correct optional, you are in or out of the UPSC examination, okay. So how to choose? Do the SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, options. Do the SWOT analysis. That's a basic one. That's what I can say. But what to choose? In that one, the SWOT analysis is entirely individualistic. Everyone has the different perspective, but somebody has the common thing. Always, most of the aspirants have these common things. I will be giving you pointers about those common things, okay. So what to choose? Your compatibility, materials, class, test series availability, and trend analysis. Your compatibility. What is the meaning of compatibility? Okay, suppose while studying GS, okay, while studying GS, you have some particular fond or love over particular subject. Suppose while I am starting my preparation, I was having particular love for geography. Okay, some people have the kind of tendency, most of the aspirants I believe, okay, because we are studying, because we are allowed to study or we are like to study, nobody is going to hate to study. Those persons not going to come for UPSC CSE examination. So you will be getting some subject of your interest, that is your compatibility. Okay, then material, class, and test series availability. Suppose some subjects have more materials. If you take history or pubad or anthropology, sociology, those having highest amount of material, class, test series. Okay, but if you take myself, initially in 2018 I changed my optional from geography to Tamil literature. Okay, during that time I was working in Bangalore. That time there is, Bangalore was in Karnataka, right? There is no Tamil institute in Bangalore. Also the Tamil literature classes was not in online also during that time. Nowadays also it is not in online, there is not much material for Tamil literature. So you have to remember that how to create your own notes. Now you should remember the basic things. Now you can analyze from POQs, but the literature and without material it was like lost in the forest. Okay, you should get the road. For that you need a material, class, and test series. So choose the optional which is best to your compatibility, also having material resources and accessibility for yourself. Okay, then trend analysis. Sometimes some optional papers are scoring more. Maybe it was myth. Many people are saying whatever you are studying that only giving you marks. That is also true, but trend analysis giving you 50% of advantage. Okay, why I am saying now, sometimes some optionals will be peaking. That doesn't mean other optional people can't make it out for interview list, but this is kind of the well paved path. The others was like a rough path. Okay, that's the difference. So you should do the trend analysis of particular optional you are taking. Then your capacity, students capacity. What's your capacity? Okay, if you take myself, my example, I'm very good with conceptual things. I'm not bad, but I'm not that much good with memorizing things. Okay, that's why I changed my optional from geography to Tamil literature, because geography optional you have to remember many terminologies. Okay, also syllabus was vast. So the memory capacity of yourself or your conceptual clarity. If you take sociology or anthropology, conceptual clarity plays a key role comparing to memorizing tendency. Okay, so you have to think about your capacity. Then the syllabus size. If you take anthropology, sociology, the syllabus was very very minimum. If you take geography, pubad, those things syllabus are like a mammoth. So your love for the subject is more than the syllabus, you should take that. If your love for the subject is shorter than the syllabus, don't take that. Okay, then current affairs. There is an advantage in taking literature kind of thing. Okay, why there is no current affairs? If you take anthropology, sociology, public administration, the current affairs plays more than 30 to 40%. So for that you have to study like a monster. Current affairs very very important for those subjects. Okay, because some students have more command over current affairs. If they are your same optional, they will getting more marks. Just do a simple math. Okay, first I'll be giving you some pointers for literature also, then other subjects also. If you take sociology or anthropology, okay, suppose 500 aspirants are choosing the same optional writing mains. Your paper must be better than those aspirants, then only you will be fetching more marks. Okay, but if you take literature, some your unique maths or engineering degree, the number of people choosing the optional was very minimum. Maximum 50 to 60 people or maximum 100 people. taking those optional. If you take anthropology, but history, around 1,000 people usually every year taking those optional. Here 50 to 100 people only. So your paper has to be comparatively good than other 99 aspirants. You will be getting more marks. Okay, that's, but you have to study the basic syllabus, you have to complete the paper. Those are all the basic things, but competition wise, that's the key. Okay, that is the advantage of literature and engineering, or particular your degree majors. Okay, then suppose, sir, I am having confusion for anthropology, sociology, and geography. Already you can eliminate via short syllabus, long syllabus, subject love. Then those things you can remove geography. Still you can't remove by each two books. Okay, this is for mains here. If you have time now, do this exercise, or else don't do this. If you don't choose optional, you should not write next year mains. You can't write. That's, I can give 90% of guarantee. I think so. Already you have something in your mind. Okay, if you are blank about optional, you should work harder for next month. Okay, give 15 days to choose optional, and entirely daily 10 to 12 hours, and choose it the optional perfectly. Okay, anthropology, sociology, or geography, I have the doubt. So choose the two books, then just read the two books. Don't mug it up, don't do anything, don't make notes, don't mark it up. Just read it like a storybook. Okay, by reading the basic book of the particular optional, you will feel like, oh my god, this terminology is, every time I have to look into the dictionary. No, this is not good. So you should not choose that subject. Okay, if you read the subject, it was like a flow in the river. Oh my, it was really nice, the feel good. So you should choose that optional. Okay, that is the using of choosing two books. That is also not sufficient. Sometimes you will feel really good about some person, but if you are like speaking them, or if you having some relationship with them, then only you should know the true meaning of the true self, right? So just reading the book is not sufficient. Just take one or two previous question of the particular optional and write the optional paper completely. I'm not saying you should ready to study everything. Just read the answers also. Okay, then present it. Just read the answers one time, then present the answer and give it a full test and evaluate with experts. Okay, expert means suppose your seniors or institute mentors, evaluate with them, because you are evaluating 2 to 3 optionals. You will be getting some scores in some optional, because it is depends upon your conceptual clarity, memory, then understanding. So obviously you will be getting more marks in particular subject. Choose the subject. Okay, then always choose it related to the basic things. GS overlap, interest already told you, degree I already explained. Then language fluency, it is for literature people. Suppose if you are taking Kannada literature, or Telugu literature, or Tamil literature, if you studied at least up to 12th standard, okay, basic regional language, then you should choose. If you are studying from CBSE or English medium or matriculation, you don't have the particular thing about your regional language, but because regional language, there is going to be a evaluator going to be regional people, competition was very low, so I should choose that paper. Those things are like a idiotic way. So you should not choose like that. If you have the command over your mother tongue or language, then only you should choose the particular literature subject. Okay, then don't choose it. Then things to remember during your preparation. Okay, during your preparation, understand yourself and UPSC. Already I explained you about how to understand UPSC monster human concept. Understand yourself physically, mentally, economically. Suppose some people are economically well versed, they can study in Delhi, Bangalore, they can take AC rooms, they can go via car, bike, they can join any institute for particular subject. That is for them. You should not compare. Everyone should not compare with others. Okay, everybody has their own life. Suppose some person can get a job in 21 years or 25 years, they can be IAS, IPS, or they are economically very good. You should not compare yourself. You can take KFC example, or Jack Ma. They are succeeding their late 50s, 60s. Okay, so everyone has their own chance, but you should work hard for yourself during those years. That's the matter. Getting failure is not going to be your end of life. Okay, failure is a stepping stone for your next victory. Also, UPSC is not life. It is just getting job for your survival. Okay, what is the basic or important for your survival? Clothing. In Tamil they will say உடுப்பது நாலு உண்பது நாளி உடுப்பது இரண்டே. Just the basic food and two piece of cloth, upper body and lower body, just that is sufficient for living. But there is a dignity in living and economically well versed in living. There is a power. Those things plays important role in choosing your career. So UPSC is choosing your career. So it is not by losing UPSC you are not going to losing in your life. Because recently last week I saw one UPSC aspirant take his life because of the mental pressure. That's why I'm giving these things, are talking about these things. Okay, so if you felt like that, think about your family, or else just think who you are to determine my future. It's me. Okay, it's me. I have to determine my future. Every second, minute, day, you have to forge your future or your life. Okay, not the external circumstances, right? So you should remember and prepare your mentality like that, because UPSC journey is very long. Suppose you are clearing in first attempt itself, the preparation takes 1 to 2 years, exam takes 1 year. So 3 years consistent preparation is required. 3 years mind will oscillate. Suppose if you are a boy or girl, you will attract to the opposite gender. Okay, you will have the life, some your favorite actors or favorite kind of movie released, you want to watch it. Okay, it is not like entirely going to be a sage. That's not a UPSC preparation. It is maintaining your preparation with your daily life. That is the efficient, effective and way of preparation for UPSC. Okay, physically, some aspirants are studying 12 hours. They don't care about physics. Suppose after completing college they will be 60 to 70 kgs. Girls means 45 to 55 kg. During preparation they will be increasing 15 to 20 kgs of weight. Okay, that is not the way of preparing UPSC. You should do at least 1 hour some exercise or yoga, gym, play, anything, do like that. Because physically active increase your mental capacity and thinking capacity. Okay, that's a must. Economically, if you are good, if you are not good, think about the digital learning or voice recording or classes, hearing in buses or in office or during your work. Those things are sufficient. Maybe some people take only full-time people take 1 year. Maybe you can take 2 to 3 years, but you are going to obviously succeed, right? That matters. Who is reaching the race first is not important, because you are not competing the same life for him. Okay, you have different life. Just live your everyday as your life with pleasure and joyful. And timetable, I'll make a separate video. And syllabus is like a bible. You should at least take a printout and paste it in your wall. Just read it at least a week once. Okay, you should take notes based on the syllabus. Newspaper daily reading is must. Without reading newspaper, you should not expect to pass in UPSC. That's not possible. Then current affairs videos, if you read newspaper, not required. If you are not reading, suppose some days you are busy, then you can see the current affairs videos of Byju's, Rao's, any institute, reputed institute, no issues. Then monthly magazine, daily read newspaper, but don't take notes if you don't have time. Just take notes from monthly magazine, but take notes from monthly magazine. Then yearly magazine before prelims, just for revision purpose. Revision is the key here. Everyone will say I'm not going to explain it newly for you. You have to revise at least 5 to 10 times before prelims. I'll be giving about revision before 1 or 2 months before prelims. Then making notes, I'll show you some example. Suppose if I take polity, this is my polity notes. Okay, you have to like give, like, I'll give you some proper example. See the gap here, top, bottom and side. Suppose I have to take notes here only. These sides has to be left blank, because those left blank pages only I will be taking another extra note. Suppose I read something again, those things I can add it there. You can't make every note for every subject. Okay, just like add it here and there. If you take society also, you have to like take notes here, side. You have to give the important pointers there, or current affairs related there. You have to make notes like that. The notes also, the means answer writing. Suppose I already told you, right? Gender stereotyping. The gender stereotyping, I give you what's the question can be asked, what is the meaning of gender stereotyping, what are the facts about gender stereotyping, what's the reason, the question's answer. I'll give you more than 5 to 10 points. I'm not going to write everything, but if I read 10 points, then only I'll remember 3 to 4 points. Okay, that's the purpose. Then previous year question and test series, I'll be giving separate video, or while teaching the classes, I'll be giving you pointers about that, because this video already going long. Then stay positive, believe yourself, struggle is always there, you are not alone. Already I explained you during the video itself. This is a Tamil couplet written by Thiruvalluvar. ஊழையும் உப்பக்கம் காண்பர் உழைவின்றி தாளாது முயற்றுபவர். What's the meaning now? We all know there is a fate, because we people believe, suppose something wrong happen in your life, okay, it's all fate, my fate was not good. Okay, people will be saying like that. Even your elders or everyone, you are a bad lucky person, your fate is like that, people will say like that. But what this poet said, okay, what he said now, the fate can go to the side if you work like a beast. Okay, hard work can beat fate. That's what he said in this couplet. So if you work hard, even though your fate is not good, even though your fate is likely go to your doom, but if you work hard, you can change the fate. So it is entirely in your hands. Okay, fate or whatever the, okay, you can change it. So that's it for the video. Just stay focused. Some people will ask usually, how many hours daily I have to study, what's the minimum hours? There is no minimum hours. If you are a fresher, at least study 8 hours. If you are experienced aspirants, minimum study 6 hours. Okay, that's sufficient. This is not like 3 days I take a rest and next day I'll take 18 hours 15 hours. No, that's every day you have to study 6 hours or 8 hours. That's the key, because your mind has to be always in that thought process. Okay, always in a UPSC mindset. That's why I'm asking you to study daily. It is not likely to complete your syllabus or become a UPSC baba. Okay, just study minimal hours with the efficient one. Also, don't push yourself too much. It will leads to mental breakdown and physical breakdown. Take breaks and make notes and study your notes. Okay, there is no perfect guide than your own notes. Okay, always believe yourself. Whatever you are taking notes, that will come to your exam. Okay, because always our thoughts have the power. If you read The Secret, the Rhonda Fire, those books itself, they are explaining our thoughts have the power towards universe. Okay, if you are working hard, the universe will say, this guy is very very hardworking person, we should help him out. The universe will think like that. So if you think in a positive way, everything happening in your life is going to change towards a positive. Okay, thank you all. Futurely I'll be posting videos about modern history and economy soon, and I'll be starting classes, I mean YouTube videos only, free of cost only, for Tamil literature also. If some guys are following Tamil literature, I am planning to starting this week or next week. Okay, thank you.